Call of Duty is about to reach into the future and destroy as much of it as humanly possible with Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And Mark Lamia, the head of Treyarch Studios, is now here right off the Xbox press conference stage to show us more of Black Ops 2 that we did not see in the briefing, right, Mark?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to show you guys more of the level. It was amazing to be out there on the stage with Xbox, but for you guys, we're going to give you some more.
All right, well, let's take a look. It's Black Ops 2. Now, you guys announced this game about a month ago, and everyone knew you were making Black Ops 2, but the fact that this is set in futuristic Los Angeles, this level, I mean, it opens up the possibilities for you guys, right? With weaponry,
Absolutely.
with lots of stuff, right?
Yeah, you know what? Putting it in the future, just an entirely new set of weaponry, gameplay, mechanics, the fiction. The fiction is just this amazing time-spanning narrative.
Right.
We're set in this situation here where our villain has stolen the keys to the U.S. military infrastructure, and he's turning our greatest strengths into our greatest weaknesses here.
Right, and you're playing here, this is something interesting, you're playing the son of Alex Mason, right? David Mason?
Yeah, you're playing as David Mason. So if you remember from Black Ops, you're playing as Alex Mason. And this game's a direct sequel to Black Ops. So you're gonna play with Alex Mason again when we show you parts of the first Cold War back in the 1980s.
Right.
You're gonna be discovering what our villain's motivations are, and then your son here, David Mason, is on the hunt for the villain here in this 2025 setting. And of course, in this particular situation, the villain
Things are looking grim. I'm getting a little worried here about being at LA Live with all this happening.
But don't worry about it here. Anderson's come in here to help you out. So
it's amazing what you guys have done, really pushed, obviously, the limits of the technology. One of the great things about Black Ops 2 is that you guys are really pushing to innovate with the gameplay. I mean, you've said on the record you're going to have branching storylines. We'll see some moments here even where you can pick whether you snipe or rappel. I mean, you're trying to give people more options about how to play through the campaign, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think one of the things that people love with Call of Duty is they love that cinematic and intense gameplay experience, and we just want to add more choice. So, for example, here, this is a very small example, but this level will play differently whether you choose to snipe here or rappel down. In this case, the player's chosen to snipe here. So you've picked up a Sniper Storm, which is a futurized sniper rifle that has a couple pieces of technology on here that are from 2025. And
when you zoom in here,
absolutely. That technology right there, that's sort of inspired off of the sort of the millimeter wave scanning technology that we have out there today. You got to imagine as processing power gets more powerful in the future, you're going to get that down to a much smaller size, and it's going to make for, in this case, an optic. There's a charge shot mechanic here, which is an entirely new mechanic for sniper rifles here in Call of Duty. The longer you charge it up, the deeper you can penetrate surfaces. So,
well, and this is stuff, obviously, I know you probably can't say a lot about multiplayer, but obviously this kind of technology and stuff will probably transfer over to the MP game as well, right?
Well, yeah, the multiplayer game, it takes place entirely in the year 2025, and what we'll tell you about later, the weapons and everything that's in multiplayer, we're going to tell you about later.
Right, but obviously we're cool new toys that people can play with.
There are tons of new toys.
Absolutely. Now we're looking at some new stuff here because the Xbox demo had to cut off at a certain point, so now we're going to look at some brand new gameplay, right?
Absolutely. So you still got to fight up the street, right? You're still protecting the president and the detail there. You have to make your way up the street. I think one of the things about this whole scene is, we've totally, overhauled our entire render. The amount of, and the level of detail, the lighting, the effects, just everything is on a completely epic scale for this game. So right there, what he's doing there is that's a grenade. You know what? In the future, are you going to have to rely on human strength? Or are you going to be able to have something where you'll be able to target and be able to
My favorite thing is that you've got the robo-dogs, right? The drones.
We do have drones, and let me tell you, we'll get to that point a little bit later in the demo.
We won't spoil it. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, so the drones. We saw them in the trailer. People are excited.
Right. So here we are. We're inside the car. You're driving.
So you're really driving this because people are always wondering, how many vehicles in there. So you don't.
You're driving.
Sort of on rails. But you get to go left and right a little bit, right?
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Well, you're constrained by the road. The freeway here by the road. So.
Wow, got the jets flying through.
Yeah, no, this is just, you know, the level of destruction. The team's working on the environmental animation.
A
the effects
couple
team.
blocks away, we're almost ready to see the car driving by here. So you're going underground, obviously, here. And what is your goal? What is your mission here? You're obviously, you know, we saw the president, and obviously there was something going on there, right?
Yeah, no. So you're on detail to protect the president here, and so you're in constant communication, right? The president's right behind you. You're escorting, and then
something happens.
you know, yeah, it was you're ambushed.
You get ambushed, but that's
in a
not all
tricky
because this
situation.
level just continues.
That's
And the
right,
thing when you
that's
first
right.
showed this to me, it's like 20 minutes of stuff. It just keeps going
Yeah.
on and on, right? With all this action, all this gameplay.
Yeah, so like
like-
right here, after you get hit, we're opening up, right? You know, just again the effects, the character work. The
Well, what you guys are
animation
doing
and
with the
stuff.
performance capture and the actors, I mean, you're really pushing the storytelling in-game, which I think is something that, you know, Call of Duty, I think has been a bit of a weakness in the series over the years, that you guys have had amazing action, amazing gameplay, but sometimes, you know, the story hasn't always been in the game. And I mean, here you look at all that happening with the, you know, the bikes and the characters and the voiceover.
Even the story of Anderson there. You know, Anderson
Yep.
is that plane. It's there. It's protecting you. Of course, Harper here. We saw
There
some
we go,
performance
some drones.
capture. There we go. There you go. That's the Claw, the cognitive land assault weapon. So obviously an intense firefight going on here, getting out of that ambush. You know, you have the technology of the battlefield there. You're trying to take out these claws, move up, obviously. But you know, the level of detail the team is going into here, not only in the gameplay, but like you said, in the story and the characters. You know, we're working with David Goyer, who was also the writer on the Dark Knight,
Knight,
to help
everything, yeah.
help really create a compelling story and really bring to life these characters.
That's right, and you got this villain, Menendez, you're
Raul
going to be talking
Menendez.
about, right?
Yep. He is. We're going to introduce you a lot more to him later, but of course, you know, you already know a little bit about him. As I said, like the story arc of the game is really, in a way, it's his story arc, because we're going to learn about it again in the 80s when you're playing in the first with the team from the first Black
Wow,
Ops.
and then you go into the hotel here. Well, this is looking amazing. This is you know, the LA level. So where is this set in the game? Is this the middle, the beginning, the end?
Yeah, this is the sort of the back, I would say, the back half of the game.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So
absolutely.
this is the escalation.
There's
of-
but like with Black Ops, just when you thought
Right.
you knew everything and what was going on, we like to turn it. That's what we do with our story in Black Ops.
Right.
We want to we like to set you up. You think you know what's going on, and then we just.
Well, that was
keep
like the
turning it.
announcement trailer. We saw horseback riding. You've got that in there, and it's like we've got futuristic LA, but then we've got stuff, you know, set back in the 80s. I mean, there's so much to this game, and you guys have done such a great job, I think, pushing the Call of Duty brand in some new directions with this. And I know tomorrow you're going to be back with us to show another level that you've got called Strike Force, which is another type of gameplay. So
Yep.
busy times at Treyarch, and we'll hear more about multiplayer, I guess, probably later on this year, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely, Jeff.